So there's a couple different ways to go about building an audience. Now you can just talk about the things that you're interested in, and hopefully eventually you'll attract people interested in the same thing. Or you can tailor your content to what you see people are interested in. So, if you make a video on a certain topic or you create a blog post on a certain topic, it does really well, and then you're like, okay, well, I should do, maybe more of this type of topic, or maybe there was a certain editing style, so I should keep the same editing style, or whatever it was. So, basically trying to follow success with more success using learning from what you've done before. Or, like I said, the initial one is, hey, I make whatever content I want to make, and if somebody chooses to like it or follow it, and then great. So, that to some extent, there in our family we actually have illustrations of both of these. So, when it comes to these videos that I'm doing here on this channel, it's more I talk about whatever I want to talk about, and I don't worry too much about whether it's going to get lots of views or not. My son is making a channel where he is doing pickleball highlights and so forth, and he is much more. He's trying to build his channel into a real monetizable channel, and so he's concerned that he's putting out content that people want to watch, and that does well, and that he gets a good return on his time. When he puts all that work into creating a video, he wants it to do well, of course. And so, so we've got both approaches going on here in our family. Is there a right approach or wrong approach? Probably not. And it's even possible to have kind of a hybrid of the two, I would say. So you could, do content that you know is generally what your audience wants, but then you don't worry too much about making sure that every piece of content is exactly feeding the algorithm, if you will, but that you also take into account what you feel like doing. So the hybrid approach, I think, is also another valid approach that you can take when you're trying to build an audience. Now, one little caveat here. The way I'm doing these videos, you could argue I'm not really trying to build an audience, and that's only, I think, partially true. One element of it is that maybe I'm a little scared of building an audience, because if all of my friends and family knew about this channel, and then they would know a lot more of my thoughts, and maybe that would be scary. Secondly, but on the other hand, I would say, in some extent, yeah, sure, I would love to see this channel really succeed. I think it would be fun if the experiment worked, if people actually, if it actually got a following of some kind and allowed me to do something cool with it. That would be fun. So in that regard, yes. And so now you could say, well, am I putting in the effort to build an audience? And here again, the answer is sort of yes and no. So the no side of that equation would be, I'm not creating lots of thumbnails. I'm not tightly editing my videos. I'm not scripting them. These are very little preparation goes into these videos. So in terms of the preparation, the production value, all those things, these videos are pretty low on the spectrum. Let's just be real here. When it comes to, however, when it comes to my output, the quantity of videos I'm putting out, the regularity with which I'm putting out videos, that is actually relatively high. Now, of course, if you have a team churning out 15 pieces of content a day, of course, that's a whole nother level there. But as far as a one-man show, I'm putting out, quite a few videos. So in that regard, you could say that I am applying some intentionality to what I'm doing here on this channel. Anyway, if you made it to this point, and if you're watching and listening, thank you. Take care.